Uche Okafor Mefor, estranged deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Thursday, said they want Nnamdi Kaun, the detained leader of the group, released by Nigerian authorities so that he can see the effects of the violent horror and terror that he initiated. Politics Nigeria reports that Mefor berated IPOB members for protecting their own human rights but violating other people's. He demanded that anyone who asks for equity must also go with clean hands. In his words, let us face facts here and sentiments apart. There is no doubt that Nnamdi Kaun was tortured and his human rights violated when he was brought from Kenya to Nigeria in June 2021. But why is it that the criminal gangs he aspired unconscionably, brutally target, torture, and murder their victims and deny them the enjoyment of their own human rights? He asked. Mefor wrote on his official Facebook page. He said nobody should be denied of his own or her human rights. Justice for Kaun, but what about justice for the victims of IPOB, the ESN, the unknown gunmen inspired by Nnamdi Kaun? He asked again. I want Nnamdi Kaun to be released to see the effects of this violent horror and terror that he initiated against all-wise counsel. Mefor added, of note, these the same human rights violations, including that of prohibition of torture, that indigenous people of Biafra under Nnamdi Kaun, the IPOB, are talking about today, is the same human rights that they urge that it did not exist in freedom fighting when it suited them in order to justify their despicable conduct. The same they urge on democracy and use it to try to discredit, lie, and blackmail us by launching the ESN. That is after renaming the volunteers to ESN, which went on to assume different names, and from other networks and alliances to unleash unprecedented systematic human rights violations against other vulnerable Biafrans. Today, the trace they left behind are that of insecurity as against security that they bragged about. It is horror and terror. It is enforced disappearance, and it is extrajudicial killings and targeted assassinations of Igbo Biafrans on Igbo soil on Biafra land. In summary, it is comprehensively, unconscionably, and self-serving that the indigenous people of Biafra under Nnamdi Kaun, IPOB, talks of human rights when it affects them, but not when it concerns other people. Okay. Meanwhile, Nigerians have reacted. Alright, the first person I have here said Mefor. Maybe Mefor, the brother to Ifeanyi, wants another millions from the zone country. It's like you have regained yourself and start talking rubbish. The lands of Biafra will hurt you. Not Asiri Dokubo again, it's now Uche Mefor. There is no any reasonable Igbo Biafran person that will not tell you the importance of Nnamdi Kaun in Igbo land and Nigeria in general, because he extended his love in every corner of the country and the world at large. Kaun is a God sent and has already accomplished his work in the lives of God's own chosen people. Let the federal government release him and release peace in Nigeria and Biafra land. The world is watching. Why do people respond to all this talk nonsense? Honestly, this man is dead. Uche Mefor is the real brain and behind all the killings in Southeast with the support of his slave masters called Jadawid, Nigerian government, aka zone government. Okay, these are reactions by Nigerians and they are still talking. Uche Mefor should shut up his mouth. Under his watch and command, many were killed. Uche, you are very wicked, ungrateful, and backstabber. You are now sent. Mazi Nnamdi never discussed you. IPOB made you what you are. Now you are in good books of government. Saboteur. No, he's not in any good book, and he will never be, not until he has apologized and appeals the gods of Igbo land before he can be forgiven. Before I curse you, you must go mad and die very soon. Okay, that is Ash. Anyway, this man always remind me of Judas the Iscariot in the Bible. Mefor is behind all the killings in the southeast. Okay, guys, these are reactions by Nigerians. According to Uche Mefor, the estranged deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, on Thursday he said he wants Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the group, released by Nigerian authorities so that he can see the effect of the violence, horror and terror that he initiated. Politics Nigerian report that Mefor berated IPOB members for protecting their own human rights but violating other people's. He demanded that anyone who asks for equity must also go with clean hands. He said, "Let us face facts here and sentiments apart. There is no doubt that Nnamdi Kanu was tortured and his human rights violated when he was brought from Kenya to Nigeria in June 2021. But why is it that the criminal gangs he inspired or conscionably brutally target, torture and murder their victims and deny them the enjoyment of their own human rights?" Mefor wrote on his Facebook page. He continued, he said, "Nobody should be denied of his or her own right. Justice for Nnamdi Kanu, but what about justice for the victims of IPOB ESN, the unknown gunmen inspired by Nnamdi Kanu? I want Nnamdi Kanu to be released to see the effect of this violence, horror and terror that he initiated against all wise counsel." So guys, what's your take concerning this? Let's hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts with us below the comment section. Don't forget to give us thumbs up.